Welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about what I believe are some serious ethical abuses that the gaming company Wizards of the Coast has perpetrated. I actually tend to enjoy the games put out by Wizards, such as Magic the Gathering and Dungeons & Dragons, but they have what is becoming to be a horrible track record when it comes to the treatment of their customers. I'm doing this video today because of the recent banning of Jeremy Hambly, who runs two Magic the Gathering themed YouTube channels, Unsleeved Media and The Quartering. Wizards of the Coast banned Jeremy for life for what they considered cyberbullying. As to whether or not he was actually bullying a member of the Magic the Gathering community, I will address that at the end of the video. Firstly, I want to talk about what the banning means for Mr. Hambly. It means that he will no longer be able to attend or participate in Magic the Gathering events. This will directly affect his livelihood via the money that he makes from his YouTube career. It also completely invalidates a lot of the value of the time and money that he has put into the game. Also, Wizards of the Coast has confiscated all of his assets from Magic the Gathering Online, hundreds of dollars worth of digital assets gone without any reimbursement. Mind you, that all of this has happened without any warning from Wizards of the Coast. Jeremy had no reason to expect that something like this could happen, and that is what makes Wizards' actions unethical. Don't get me wrong, I completely support freedom of association, but if there are specific rules pertaining to the use of a product, it is the responsibility of the person/company selling the product to inform the consumer, because that information could result in the customer not consenting to the terms of purchase. In other words, Wizards of the Coast actions are unethical for the exact same reasons that statutory is unethical. Ironic that some of the cyberbullying cited were rape jokes, most notably saying, "I wouldn't even rape you" to somebody. The most in-depth coverage of this story that I found was from the website Polygon, written by Julia Alexander. The site's political persuasions are clearly bent against Jeremy, which can be seen as early as the title, where the site claims this story is highlighting a toxicity problem. I'm going to read the article and comment on it for you. The article starts out, Wizards of the Coast, the company behind the popular trading card game Magic the Gathering, is speaking up about harassment and cyberbullying after a popular cosplayer publicly left the community following months of alleged abuse from a YouTube user and his subscribers. Okay, so this is going into what started everything off against Mr. Hambly. He apparently made some comments about a popular cosplayer who cosplayed Magic the Gathering, and they deemed them to be cyberbullying. The article then reads, on November 24th, cosplayer Christine Sparkle tweeted that she is unloading her Magic the Gathering costumes and cosplay gear in the wake of months of harassment. Sprankle, who has been contracted by Wizards of the Coast in the past, is considered one of the most popular cosplayers in the Magic scene. She spoke about harassment she suffered after Jeremy Hambly, a controversial YouTuber who is seen as a toxic member of the community by other YouTubers and personalities, posted a degrading video about her and other cosplayers. In this part of the article, the words toxic member of the community is a link to a Twitter feed by one of the YouTubers they say consider him to be controversial, where they are basically just saying that they find him controversial. So there isn't really any evidence there that he did anything wrong, it's just linking to a person's opinion that what he's done is wrong. It has been a rough year, Sprankle said on her Twitter account, which she has since made private, and I have blocked and not said anything about him because I wanted it to die, but without a doubt, MTG Headquarters, a page run by Mr. Hambly, /Unsleeved Media, has made my life hell this whole year with his unnecessary videos, /tweets about me and other members of Magic. Hambly operates two popular Magic-oriented YouTube accounts, Unsleeved Media, with 153,000 subscribers, and The Quartering, with close to 24,000 subscribers. One of the videos Hambly posted about Sprankle has since been taken down by YouTube for violating the company's policy on harassment and bullying. Tweets from Hambly referred to the now-removed video as playset of Beta White Knights protecting Sprankle from literal email assault, and playset of Beta White Knights prevent rape of MTG cosplayer Sprankle. Upon request for the copy of the video that was removed by YouTube, Hambly told Polygon he didn't have a version saved that he could send to us, and it was a live stream, and I don't have a local copy. Hambly said he's appealed the strike and expects to win on YouTube. Sprankle told Polygon via Facebook Messenger that things have gotten much worse since the harassment began months ago. To try and combat it, Sprankle said she's deactivating and making my profiles private in an effort to let it die down so I can recover. Sprankle's story caught the attention of prominent personalities in the community, many of whom are YouTubers, and Wizards of the Coast itself. The company released an initial statement via its official Magic Twitter account on November 25th, condemning harassment in the community. The company doesn't refer to the specific incident that led to Sprankle's departure. Instead, Wizards of the Coast acknowledged the issue and said it's working on ways to improve the community and the safety of those in it. The official statement by Wizards was, "We're saddened by what's happened in the Magic community this weekend. Cyberbullying and harassment are unacceptable, and we support those who come forward with their experiences. No one should be made to feel unsafe or unwelcome. We're working to be a part of the solution." I think that was a pretty fair response on the part of Magic, but the thing is that I don't really see any evidence of this being cyberbullying, which this article hasn't provided any evidence either. To be fair, that is probably because the video was taken down by YouTube, which is the video being cited as the issue here. The article then reads, "The same day that Wizards of the Coast released its statement, Hambly released a video on YouTube addressing the situation titled, 'This is what real harassment looks like.' Hambly called the situation really pathetic Twitter drama. Hambly added that he was under a full-scale assault from people who had been misled or had been waiting for a moment to try and get rid of him. Hambly goes on to say that Sprankle is pushing a false narrative. Hambly asserted that he made one video about Sprankle 6 months previously, but hasn't spoken at length about her since. In his recent video, Hambly continued to express his own frustrations with people sending him harassing emails, negative Facebook page reviews, and tweets calling for him to be suspended. In a statement to Polygon, Hambly said he's been doxxed, review bombed on Facebook, and received harassing messages because of Sprankle's tweet, which he called slanderous. Hambly's statement can be read below. Mr. Hambly said, "Ms. Sprankle decided to leave the MTG cosplay community last week. She falsely equated it to the unproven claims of harassment by me because of a salty video I did over 6 months ago. Since then, I've been doxxed, received countless threats of violence, hundreds of hateful messages. I've been review bombed, called sexist, and much worse. This was made worse by prominent members of the community further perpetuating this irresponsible, at best, and possibly slanderous tweet by Ms. Sprankle. She also said she recently went through a breakup, and it looks like I'm the recipient of this misplaced anger here. I feel bad for what she's going through, but the comment has caused significant targeted harassment campaigns to ban me from the game and direct financial impact on my business. Prominent content creators like the Monosaurs and Tolarian Community College have helped signal boost this lie, and many of their followers have been caught organizing false flagging campaigns of my Patreon and my YouTube channels. I'm now considering my options of how to handle this damage." Unlike those who are harassing me, I have documented the harassment in several videos I suggest you watch if you're actually looking to report on this fairly, and I feel bad for actual victims of targeted harassment as the false claims are damaging to real victims, like myself. Being told to die in an oil fire along with having pictures of your home sent to you is what real harassment looks like, and this hate mob is directly responsible. Christine is directly responsible for her slanderous tweet. I'm curious if you report this fairly, but if you look at the actual evidence, it's clear who the victim is here. So that was a quote by Mr. Hambly making it clear that he thinks he's the victim in this situation, and if her tweet was indeed slanderous, then I would agree that he is. The article then continues, "On Reddit and Twitter, the community tells a different story. Magic fans began tweeting out previous incidents with Hambly from the past videos. In one video from October 26, Hambly makes transphobic comments about people who play competitive games in Magic. Others, including a content creator of Magic named Athena, have accused him of using people's full names in videos, leading to harassment from Hambly's followers." Okay, in that paragraph right there, makes transphobic comments is a link to one of his videos where they are trying to cite the transphobic comments that he said. I watched the video, and I encourage you to watch the video as well, because I couldn't see anything even remotely transphobic about what he said. In the video, he's talking about how testosterone affects competitiveness and is trying to draw a link to that and the small numbers of women in competitive Magic. And he says that there's actually a larger number of trans women, male to female, in competitive Magic, and he tries to link the higher amount of testosterone they have in them as being the reason for that. The content creator named Athena then said, "I've had acquaintances from high school reach out asking if I'm okay after randomly finding his videos." That's what she wrote on Twitter. Athena isn't the only person who has detailed having to deal with harassment after one of Hambly's tweets or videos is uploaded. Emma Handy, a Magic streamer, recounted an incident in which she received a wave of harassment. Handy told Polygon that while she hasn't been affected to the same degree that others she's worked with, She's still been in uncomfortable situations due to Hambly's videos. Quoting her, "Many people that I work with, like Aaron Campbell, have had to deal with large amounts of hate from Jeremy in the past, and I've dealt with it from some of the collateral damage that came with it." Hambly said, for example, when Aaron was targeted due to her receiving a preview card in the Amonkhet expansion, a fair amount of the hate she received was due to her being a prominent member of the LGBT community. I ended up having to deal with a fair share of people who ended up directing that hate towards me due to the fact that I'm close with Aaron and transgendered myself. I ended up blocking roughly a dozen people over the course of a day or so before things died down. Hambly has said in his videos that he doesn't set his followers after people. But testimonies from other YouTubers say that Hambly's videos also include the full names and Twitter bios. Brian Lewis, the host of a well-known Magic YouTube channel and friend of Sprinkle, uploaded a 20-minute video to his YouTube channel addressing what was occurring in the community and Hambly's role in it. Now, I can verify from the videos that I've seen that Hambly has not directly set any of his viewers on anybody. In the article, Lewis is quoted as saying, "Do you really think that nothing happens as a result?" Lewis asked. "Do you really think her inbox doesn't fill up with hate? That she doesn't get the same death and rape threats that you are on the receiving end of now? I know when you've made a video about me because my inbox, it just explodes. My phone suddenly rings. As you all know how scary that is. I say, oh, a death threat. I guess Jeremy made another video or series of tweets about me." Are actions such as this one intentionally whipping your followers up into an aggressive frenzy? Lewis' video includes screenshots of multiple tweets from both Hambly and Hambly's followers, demonstrating the toxicity that many Magic players are speaking out against. As the conversation continues, prominent members of the community, content creators and streamers have started to detail years of toxicity towards trans folk, people of color, and women who play Magic. Okay, again, in that paragraph of the article, there is a link which links to a Twitter account of someone complaining about Hambly, but doesn't actually provide any evidence of anything that he's done, which is supposedly toxic. Hambly told Polygon that he always tries to remind people watching my videos to not contact people I may be speaking of. Hambly added that he rejects the notion that doing a video critique somehow makes anyone responsible in any way for someone else's personal actions. I would agree that you're not responsible for any actions you don't directly incite. Just critiquing somebody does not make you responsible for the action someone takes as a result of that critique. Players have been asking Wizards of the Coast to take action against the harassment in the community and at official events, many of which Hambly attends. Hambly has said in his video, refuses to step back from the community amid calls for him to do so. In a new video on his Quartering channel, Hambly said he thinks it's important that he stands his ground, adding that he'll continue criticizing things worth criticizing. He's standing his ground, he's standing on principle, that seems like a pretty good thing to do. He says, "It's important that I stay in the hobby, because I will not let these people drive me away." Hambly told Polygon that while he lost a few subscribers over a 2-day span, the channel has begun to see growth. Hambly added that if Wizards of the Coast try to take action against him with a DCI ban, that would only hurt his fans, as he does a lot of on-site event coverage. A longer statement from Wizards of the Coast posted on the official Magic website on November 28th echoes the previous sentiment released on Twitter last week and addresses Hambly's concerns. Elaine Chase, brand director of Magic, outlined a number of actions the team is working on to try to quell harassment of the community, including investigating reports of bullying, updating code of conduct violations, and re-examining how live events are held. Chase doesn't refer to Hambly or any other individuals by name, but does reference that the community can be spoiled by the behavior of a few individuals. Part of Wizard's statement can be read below. "We are incredibly proud Magic the Gathering community and the tremendous good it does in people's lives. Magic is a game meant to bring people together. It's right there in the name, The Gathering. Our community is filled with stories of lifelong friendships, of bonds forged through tapping lands, casting spells, and swinging in with everything for the win. Sadly, that sense of community can be spoiled by the behavior of a few individuals. We at Wizards of the Coast are disheartened about bullying and harassment in the gaming community. Unfortunately, the Magic community is not immune. No one should be subjected to threats and intimidation. No one should be made to feel unsafe or unwelcome while enjoying something they love. All people should be able to express their joy of the game without being attacked, whether that's in a local game store, online, or somewhere in between." With multiple people alleging that Hambly's videos are full of harassment and derogatory comments about women and trans people, questions about whether his YouTube channels are in jeopardy have started to arise. Hambly acknowledges that his video from 6 months ago about Sprankle has been removed for violating the company's harassment and bullying policy, but it's unclear whether other videos have been reported to YouTube. Hambly mentions that people have been reporting his Patreon channel, his Twitter accounts, and/or other videos he's uploaded in the past. If evidence is found that his videos violate the site's policy, YouTube could take action. According to YouTube's policy, cyberbullying and harassment consist of deliberately posting content in order to humiliate someone, making hurtful and negative comments/videos about another person, unwanted sexualization, which encompasses sexual harassment or sexual bullying in any form, and incitement to harass other users or creators. Numerous people on Twitter and Reddit have accused Hambly of uploading content that crossed these boundaries. Polygon has reached out to YouTube for further comment and will update when more information becomes available. I'm going to leave a link to this article in the description box down below so you can see for yourself that in the end the article doesn't actually provide any evidence of his guilt. The links they provide to his videos don't actually provide any evidence. I think the point that he was making in the video, positing a link between testosterone and competitive behavior and the number of women in competitive Magic, is a perfectly fine point for him to make. He may be right, he may be wrong, but he has the right to talk about it. In that video, he defined gender as biological, which this is a philosophy channel. We all know that defining your terms is something we encourage. Sadly, this case with Mr. Hambly is not the first time Wizards has behaved unethically with regards to one of its customers. Next, I want to bring to you the case of a former professional Magic player, Zachary Jesse, who was convicted of aggravated sexual battery, which he pled guilty to. The acts that Jesse committed are inexcusable and revolting. However, again, we come to the issue that Magic has never had any rules or warnings that would lead one to believe that a person could be banned for actions outside of cheating in the game or being belligerent in an official Magic the Gathering event. Jesse had gotten into competitive Magic after serving his jail time and managed to come in 8th place at a Magic the Gathering Grand Prix. After the competition, one of his competitors made public Jesse's criminal history, which resulted in Wizards of the Coast banning him until 2049. Again, this massively devalues the time he spent cultivating his skill as a Magic player and devalues his cards that he had bought up to this point. This at-will banning without any warning seems to me to be a violation of contract. Wizards should make it known explicitly that they will ban a person for any subjective reason. Withholding information like that can alter the value people place in their product. And last but not least in this video, I'm going to briefly cover the judges scandal on the part of Wizards of the Coast. A number of Magic the Gathering judges claim that the judging system for Magic the Gathering places them in an employee-employer relationship with Wizards, which the judges are not receiving any compensation for. Like I said, I don't intend on covering the whole case here, but I may in a later video. And I personally don't think the judges have a claim here. But what is to be done about the unethical behavior that Wizards has been doing? I think the first thing that should be done is that people should write letters of concern directly to their parent company, Hasbro. And if that fails, then perhaps I might even advocate a boycott of Wizard products, even though I am quite fond of them. I'm not a generally litigious person, but I strongly suggest that if this company has treated you in an unethical or unfair manner, do not shy away from taking legal action where possible. If this company behaves unethically, then perhaps it ought to be sued into oblivion, and other, better companies can take their place. It's obvious that issues like this are directly tied to the cultural wars that we are experiencing in the Western world. The only way the war can be won is if we act reasonably. I'm placing links in the description box of this video to the areas I gained my information from. So please tell me, what do you think? Am I wrong about this situation? Is my reasoning flawed? Please leave a comment down below or make a response video. As you know, I want this channel to be a forum for knowledge, and discussion helps that along. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the little bell. I'm signing off. See you next time.